All right, now we are in direct and manage project work. Let's discuss about the ITTOs. First, the inputs. Project management plan. As you understood already, project management plan is not a single document. It's an aggregation of multiple individual documents. So here in direct and manage project work, any component of the project management plan may be an input. The next input is project documents. We have 8 in the list. Let's discuss about it. First one is change log. The change log contains the status of all changes requested. The second one is lessons learned register. This is used to improve the performance of the project by avoiding the mistakes get repeated. The lessons learned register also helps to identify where to set rules or guidelines so that the team's actions are aligned and can be effective. Milestone list. The milestone list shows the scheduled date for specific milestones. The next one is project communication. During direct and manage project work process, the project communication includes performance reports, deliverable status, and other information generated by the project. Project schedule. The project schedule includes the list of work activities, their duration, resources, and planned start and finish dates. Requirements traceability matrix. The requirement traceability matrix links the product requirements to the deliverables that satisfy stakeholders, and this helps the team to focus on the final outcomes. The next one is risk register. In direct and managed project work, the risk register provides information about threat and opportunities that may impact the project execution. The next one is a risk report. The risk report provides information on source of overall project risk along with summary information on identified individual project risks. All right, the next input is approved change request. Approved changes will be implemented by the project team. This can have impact in any component of the project in any knowledge area. The next input is enterprise environmental factors. In this process, you may have to consider certain enterprise environmental factors such as stakeholder risk threshold, example, allowable cost overrun percentage, infrastructure, example, existing facilities and capital equipments, organizational structure, culture, management practice, and sustainability. The last input is organizational process assets. Here, we are talking about the change control procedure for organizational standards, policies, plans, procedures, or any project documents and how those changes will be approved and validated. Risk control procedures, issues and defect management database. The database may contain historical issue and defect status, issue and defect resolution, and the actions carried out along with the results, issue and defect management procedures. These procedures define identification and resolution, controls and action tracking, organizational standard policies, process and procedures, performance measurement database that was used to collect and make available measurement data on process and products, project information from previous projects such as scope, cost, schedule, performance measurement baselines, project calendars, project schedule network diagram, risk registers, risk reports, and lessons learned repository. All right, let's move to the tools and techniques. First, expert judgment. For this process, the experts can be from technical knowledge on the industry and focus area of the project, tailoring the project management process to meet the project needs, developing technical and management details, determining resources and skill levels to perform the project work, configuration management, change control process. Next, project management information system. The PMIS provides access to software tools such as scheduling software tools, work authorization systems, configuration management system, information collection and distribution systems, as well as interfaces to other online automated systems such as corporate knowledge base repositories. Automated gathering and reporting on various key performance indicators, also called as KPI, can be part of the system. The next tools and technique is meetings. Here, the meeting is conducted to discuss the issues related to direct and managed project work. Attendees may include the project manager, the project team, and appropriate stakeholders involved or affected by the topic addressed. Each attendee should have a defined role to ensure appropriate participation. Let's look at some of the types of meetings. Kickoff, technical, sprint or iteration planning, which is Scrum 1, Scrum daily stand-up, steering group, problem solving, progress update, and retrospective meetings. All right, let's talk about the outputs. The first output is deliverables. The control of multiple versions of deliverables such as documents, softwares, and building blocks is supported by configuration management procedure and tools. Once the first version of deliverables are made, any change must follow change control process. The next one is work performance data. Work performance data are the raw observations and measurements identified during activities being performed to carry out the project work. Data are often viewed as the lowest level of detail from which information is derived by other processes. Let's look at some of the examples of performance data. Of course, we already had a detailed discussion on this. So now just have a quick look at it. Schedule in progress, actual start and finish date, actual duration, work completed, story points completed in case if it's an agile projects, number of defects, actual cost incurred, delivery status, key performance indicators, technical performance measures, and number of changes requested. Next, issue log. The issue log is a project document where all the issues are recorded and tracked. The issue log is created for the first time as an output of this process, although issues may happen at any time during the project. This can be used to document and monitor who is responsible for resolving specific issue with a target date. It's updated to reflect new issues as well as resolution for the issue. Issue log facilitates to identify the cause of issues, the impact on scope, schedule cost, risk, and other aspects of the project, and the recommended corrective actions. The issue log is updated as a part of project document updates, which can happen throughout the project. The next one is change requests. A change request is a formal proposal to modify any document, deliverable, or baseline. When issues are found while project work is being performed, change requests can be submitted, which may modify project policies or procedures, project or product scope, project cost or budget, project schedule, or quality of the project or product results. Sometimes change requests are needed to take preventive or corrective action, which will eventually reduce the negative impact later in the project. Do remember, any project stakeholder may request for a change. Change requests can be initiated from inside or outside the project, and they can be optional or legally or contractually mandated. Change requests are processed for review and disposition through the Perform Integrated Change Control process. Change requests may include corrective action. It's an intentional activity that realigns the performance of the project work with the project management plan. Preventive action. It's an intentional activity that ensures the future performance of the project work is aligned with the project management plan. Defect repairs. It's an intentional activity to modify a non-conforming product or product component. Updates. Updates are the changes in the document that are controlled formally, such as project documents, plans, etc., to reflect modified or additional ideas or content. The next is project management plan updates. We have only one, that's any component. So any component of project management plan may require a change request as a result of this process. And all the changes must go through the organizational change control process via change request. Broken record, I know. The next is project documents updates. There are 4 in it. Let's look at them. Activity list. The activity list is updated as the project progresses. Additional activities get added. along with that activities that are needed to be modified. Assumption log. As the activities get carried out, new assumptions may get uncovered. Those assumptions are updated in assumption log. Existing assumptions may get modified as well. Lessons learned register. Any lessons learned in the present project that will improve performance of future project or next phase of current project, they get recorded. This includes both what went right, what went wrong, and what could have been done better. The next is requirements documentation. New requirements may be identified during this process. Progress on meeting the requirements also can be updated. The next output is risk register. As an output of direct and managed project work, new risks may be identified and existing risks may be updated during this process. You need to record all the risks as described in the risk management process. Stakeholder register. Additional information on existing or new stakeholders are gathered as a result of this process. They get recorded in stakeholder register. The final output is organizational process asserts updates. Here, any organizational process asserts can be updated as a result of this process. That wraps up direct and managed project work. Let's move to the next process.